How's it going, Pokemon fans? Welcome back to Pokemon TCGO Center. In this video, I'm gonna play with Volcanion Terminator deck, as you can see in front of you. Pretty much very aggressive deck list with 14 energies, with triple choice band, with Scorched Earth instead of the Brooklet Hill for extra card draw, of course, and yeah, even double Nest Ball. So a couple new things that I just recently decided to deck to this deck list. So I used to play Volcanion with 4 copies of Enhanced Hammer for my local tournament, and it was very successful because a lot of people plays Zorg, also put the decks and also Boswells, and those decks actually very rely on those special energy cards, and yeah, it was pretty easy to play against them. This time I just decided to try it a little bit different with NAS balls, Ultra balls, of course, and with pretty much Scorched Earth. So I'm just wondering how good or how bad this will be. So 11 Pokemons. I just decided to keep Pokemons pretty much the same. So I'm running 3 copies of Volcanion EX. As you can see on this list. Also running 2 copies of Tapu Lele for the setup mainly. Also running 3 Volcanions, 2 Terminators, and 1 Oranguru with the Instruct. Some other cards that I'm basically running: 2 Energy Retrievals, 2 copies of Fuel Blower, 4 copies of Max Elixirs for extra energy acceleration, 2 Mass Balls with 4 Ultra Balls. Also running 1 of each Rescue Stretcher and Super Rod for a resource recycle. The reason why I'm running Super Rod is just because it's good to recycle some energies so they can much easier be hit with Max Elixir, especially in the late game. If I just can't draw my Max Elixirs, if those Max Elixirs are, for example, priced. Scorched Earth is Stadium Decision, of course, 3 of each Choice Band and the Flow Stones. 8 Drow Supporters, 2 Cynthias, 2 Ends, and 4 Sycamores with 3 Kuzmas and 14 energies. So let's do some game tests so you guys can actually see how this deck will perform in action. So let's do this. I'm looking forward to play probably 5-6 battles, something like that. Probably a 1-hour video where I'm actually gonna test this deck and see how good really it is. Alright, so I almost started with my Tapu Lele right there. That wouldn't be good at all. Potentially I can have pretty good turn 1. Oh, another Tapu Lele just top decked. I'm gonna discard actually 2 fire energies. I'm gonna grab myself Volcanion EX just because of the Max Elixir in my hand. There we go. 1 fire energy Volcanion. Of course, I'm gonna play my M. Really want to have as many energies in my discard pile if it's possible, just because with them I can simply use that Microtank GX and attach them to my Pokemons on the bench. For now, this is just it. I'm not gonna play my Choice Band yet on the bench. I missed Energy Attachment, which is not good at all, but it is how it is. At least with Brooklet Hill, I'm gonna be able to draw that extra Volcanion, and there's a double Course Energy and it's Passimian on the other side. So, okay, so my opponent has just played that M. Pretty cool. Which means I'm gonna refresh my hand. Well, there's the Nazball, there's another Max Elixir, there's the Brooklet Hill available as well, and there's another N and Tapu Lele. I think I'm just gonna try to avoid Tapu Lele play. Those Passimians can actually hurt a lot, so each of that Passimian with Power Handle can increase damage for 30. So yeah, my opponent can hit with that team play, and he managed to strike for 100. So I can only say that it's not going to be easy to play against non-EX deck, that's for sure. But of course, with my baby Volcanion, I can somehow try to do it. So let's try to hit another max elixir. Unfortunately, no sign of the energy. Well, it's time for that N. So another N. I'm running 14 energy cards, and looks like I'm in a little bit of trouble right there fighting them. I'm gonna do this, then I'm gonna retreat. I'm gonna attach, I'm gonna play one copy of another Nazbol, which is gonna be for another Volcanion. Then I can fill blower something like, let it be that choice band from Volcanion. And then I'm gonna try to find something with instruct. 1 energy is all I really need, so I can basically use that steam up. I'm not my Scorched Earth, just because I really want to knock out my opponent Mew. Then, after that knockout, attach 2 energies to my Pokemon bench. There we go. So that's the first knockout, first prize card. Interesting, he decided to promote Seaman in the front, which makes 0 sense. I should definitely go with the Mew. But it is how it is. So probably he just want to somehow play. Maybe he's searching for the Guzma play. It also makes a lot of sense. I completely forget about that. So there's a special charge. Only 1 double course energy, recycle it. And the rope. In this case, I'm gonna do something like this. Alright, so he decided to put artillery in the front. So he can still potentially find that Guzma for knockout against my Turtonator. If that's not gonna be the case, I'm probably just gonna attempt to play my Guzma. Oh, there's a double course energy, so 1 more Passimian, and he can go for the 1-hit knockout against that Volcanion. Well, there's the Guzma, so it's gonna be a surprise knockout this turn. Okay. It's time for Volcanion. Again. Another Volcanion for me, and this is just gonna be 1 Cynthia play. I'm gonna need only 1 Steam Artillery. First I'm gonna go with Scorched Earth. Second thing I'm gonna do right there is gonna be a Max Elixir play. And it's gonna be energy for Volcanion EX. Then of course I'm gonna play energy retrieval, so I can recycle 2 energies. Put them into my hand. Of course I only need 1 copy of Steam Up. So second energy should be attached somewhere, for example. And then I can strike with my power hitter for another. This is how it is. 50 and 1 energy for my Volcanion EX. Alright, so we are both the prize cards at this moment. In this stage of the game. Still my opponent is, I guess, in a little bit better position just because he's playing non-EX deck against my EX deck. So 4 Passimians with a team play. These 2 bad boys. So this can increase damage for 60, and so this attack does 30 damage for each of your benched Passimians. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 120, 130, 160, 190. If I'm gonna strike for 190, which is a lot. So let's team play for 130. Does those power handles actually stuck? Oh, so actually only Passimian's attack does 30 more. That makes a lot of sense. I actually miscalculated that. So it's time to use that full blower. I really want to get rid of some of the cards from my hand. So I'm going to do something like this. Of course, I'm going to play Max Elixir. It's not that I need to attach energy somewhere, so I'm just going to I don't have it. Then I'm going to play like this, and of course Ultra Ball, which is going to be for nothing. And I'm going to instruct. If I miss energy, that's pretty bad. Oh, I miss it, almost. So I have energy retrieval, which means I can recycle that energy. Yeah, I guess we can go with Scorched Dirt, why not? And one Cynthia. Ooh, it's pretty bad if I draw energy. And oof, last card was energy. Okay. That was very close. Time for Detonator on the bench. Time for the Steam Up. And it's also time to build up that Detonator on the bench. Just because he can also do a lot of problems to play. Alright, so we're still equal speaking of, and there's the choice band. So my opponent definitely needs to find a way to somehow get that choice band Guzma play, maybe to one-hit knock on one of my Volcanions on the bench. So that's 40, 70, 100, and 30, 160. So yeah, it really makes a difference with that new Pessimian power handle. That is for sure. And this is just a common card, which means to build this deck. And it can also be built without Tapu Lele, for example. Of course, every deck with Tapu Lele is much better, much more consistent. For example, this deck that my opponent actually plays, it can be pretty cheap. Town map, alright. And another Brooklet Hill. And the Ultra Ball. So, you cannot have more than 4 cards with the same name in your deck. Since my opponent run 2 of each different Pessimians, he cannot have one more Pessimian, unfortunately. Abyssal Hand. This is very important, the Abyssal Hand, because if my opponent misses opportunity to get energy, this is probably going to be my victory, because he's not going to be able to... Well, there's a double course energy, and it's only for 100 again. So I'm kind of confused with those power handles. Kind of confused with them. Anyways, it's time for Sycamore, but before I play my Sycamore, I just want to recycle some of the Pokemons back into my deck so I can have more cards, just in case of the running out of the resources. I'm searching for the Floatstone, and I managed to find one in this case, so I can basically one-hit knock on my opponent. I also really want to get rid of the Chomp. So that's going to be Volcanic hit. Next turn I can active Volcanion, but I can always retreat. So I'm going down price cards. How many Flowstones and Guzmas do I play? So I have 0 Flowstones left and 2 more Guzmas. That's okay. There's the Mellow. So with the Mellow, my opponent can have any 2 cards that he wants. So this attack does 30 damage for each of your benched Pessimian. And then you have 3 Pessimians, that's 100. But what about Power Handle? As long as this Pokemon is on your bench, your Pessimian's attack do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Evolution Pokemon. Oh, actually to Evolution Pokemon. Completely misread that Evolution Pokemon. So yeah, that's the bad thing. Anyways, it's a good thing against Evolution decks, but it's a bad thing against stage, actually basic decks like this. So yeah, I don't see how my opponent can actually win this game anymore. It's just very difficult for him. Of course, he can have that Mew, he can have double course energy, Guzma for knock against my Volcanion, but then in that case he can 2 price cards, maybe grab himself another Guzma or DCE. But again, that's just not going to be enough. Play, which is for like 100, which means only one thing. I can do something like I can literally retreat down to my baby Volcanion once again. Then I can just play Steam up and another Steam up. You know, we really would just want to as we can. Then I can simply hit with my power hitter and just hit the side to concede. So it's okay. Win number one, game number one, so not that bad. Let's move on to the game number two. So far, so good. Let's see how many victories in a row we can have with this deck. So far, I have streak 4. Maybe I can go up to 8 with this Volcanion, which we'll see. Moving on to the game number 2. Okay, so let's call the heads. Since I always like to call heads, I'm also going to do it right now. I didn't want the coin flip, which means if I can potentially open with Baby Volcanion, I can do the good job. Just because I can start to apply pressure. Okay, oh, very interesting opening hand. I have Ultra Ball, Nazball, Guzma, Field Blower, Energy. Ooh, this is potentially going to be a pretty big deal. I'm just not going to put that Rank on the bench yet. Yeah, I'm not going to put it. In case of the Guzma, that can be pretty bad. Alright. Oh, input. Oh. Can easily be knocked out at my turn 1. So there's the energy in Cynthia. Of course, he can retreat this Wimput to his other Pokemon on the bench. For example, Zorua, if he plays Zorak, Wimput, Zorak will is up a deck. If not, then this can actually end at the turn 1 because of the weakness. Well, there's the Zorua. Still, I can also try to knock out that Zorua. The bad thing for me is, of course, well, there's the Pearl City. Decided to limit the bench space down to 3. That was a very bad decision. Anyways, this is going to be choice. It's going to be a Nest Ball play. It's going to be a Ranguru. It's going to be a Steam Up. It's going to be Instruct and then Ultra. And then Tapu Lele for nothing less than Sycamore. I guess I could maybe better. Maybe not. But anyways. One Sycamore for 7, so we really want to maybe one more Volcanion. And something like... Ooh, there's a lot of energy cards. Let's go with the Max Elixirs first. Nothing. Pretty bad and unlucky. Steam Up. And another Max Elixir. There we go. Fine energy. I'm gonna put also one more Volcanion on the bench, and then I'm gonna use that Power Heater, which is gonna be... It's enough for the knockout, and 2 energies for Volcanion on the bench. Alright, plus I can also take a prize card, which is... So far so good, I'm not gonna complain. My opponent is in a very big problem. Even with... Sometimes can happen that you simply miss Max Elixir play, it's all part of the game. And there is the Golisopod GX for my opponent. Even with two Volcanion EXs on the bench and two Steam Ups, I can have more than enough damage for the knockout against my opponent goalie. But he decided to use Armor Press, which can change things a little bit, but not too much. Let's go with the Steam Up. Let's go with another Steam Up. Go with Instruct. Hopefully to find maybe a Flowstone energy to end this game. Nope, but there's a Max Elixir. At least something. Which means I have 3 energies for my Volcanion on the bench, and I'm passing my turn. Okay, good. Yeah, it was a bad decision to play that Volcanion on the bench, that's for sure, but how it is. There's the Mellow, so okay. I'm not sure that this is gonna help my opponent just because next turn I can just strike for 260 any hit and that's it. But he decided to pass us the turn. That was a very clever play. Which means I'm gonna Ultra Ball, which is gonna be fail to search, and then I'm gonna Instruct. So probably, oh, there's the Flowstone, so that's the G. Probably my opponent just put Bridget with the Mellow on the top deck, but since I can strike for 2 on a Flowstone, that's gonna be it. So 2 victories in a row. Alright, not that bad. Let's move on to the game number 3. Let's see how many victories we can actually have with this Volcanion EX. It's just amazing how it works, that's for sure. Alright, Regirock with Regipower has just been unlocked. It's not that I need it, but it's okay. Alright, Lighting deck, this time with some sort of Psychic support. Of course, it's Tapu Lele. Maybe Garden. We shall see. I'm starting first. This is pretty interesting opening hand. Really it is. Really it is. Okay, and I like the fact that my opponent does not have basic Pokemon available, which means I can take extra card. Kind of like that. Because I can potentially then strike with both Ultra Balls and I can search myself through and maybe another Volcanion. Maybe even Turtonator. Turtonator is also not that bad. Oh, Scorched Earth. Look at this. So I can find even more resources there. Ooh, a Flowstone. This means only one thing. Yeah, I'm gonna discard both energy retrievals. I'm gonna do that. The good thing is that I can potentially strike 3 energies turn 1 on my Volcanion on the bench. Which is amazing. And it's something you really want to do. So 2 energies. That's just pure madness. It is. This is gonna be 1 Cynthia. Why not? Just want to keep Ultra Ball because it's useful for something else. Discard my resources. Alright, so this time I'm gonna go for Oranguru. I'm also gonna go with 1 energy management. So 1 Instruct. Pretty much it. Another Scorched Earth. Volcanion is very bad against that new Weevil Zoroark deck that just recently has been built by players. Weevil is a very powerful card. You can strike for 50 for each of your opponent Pokemon with ability. So in this case, he would be able to strike for 180 with the Choice Band, which is pure madness. But of course, in that case, playing with 2 Volcanions and Turtonator can definitely help a lot against Weevil. Alright, so there's the Pachirisu. Yeah, snuggly generator for each of your bench Pokemon deck for lighting energy and attach to that Pokemon. It's a pretty cool attack. So technically, energies can be attached to one Pikachu's in play. Once again, as I said, pure madness. Let's go with Scorched Dirt. Let's see what we can find with it. Alright, so energy. This is gonna be play. It's gonna be a Fill Blower play. Right, then it's gonna be a Cynthia play. So I need one more Volcanion. And I also need one more energy, and I managed to find both of the cards that I needed. Alright, so I'm gonna have enough for the knockout. 70 with the steam up. Actually 80. So one pop for 80. And there we go. That's a Sycamore. Not bad. Good thing is that I have 2 Guzman. So I'm gonna definitely try to maybe knock out one of my opponent picks next turn. Oh, there's the Raichu GX. With the powerful Spark. So he just hit for 100. Not a lot. Not a lot. So I'm gonna definitely go with Volcanion. For the knockout, it's 130. I'm down to 4 price card. Energy. All right. Right now he can strike for mine, but he can add 1 energy and hit, for example, with Choice Band for 1 hit knock with a Thunder, which is also very powerful, but hopefully that's just not gonna happen. Again, he can strike with a Voltail GX and paralyze me. If my opponent decides to do that, I also have answer to that question. I have Guzma available in my hand. So probably he's just gonna go with that GX attack in this case. And there's the Ultra Ball. If he decides to do that, I'm definitely gonna try to maybe find another energy card. Finding another energy in this case, oh, but there's the Ultra Ball for another right. That can change things dramatically. My biggest problem right now, I guess, is Trubbish on the bench. Yeah, Trubbish is a huge problem, especially if Garbodor. That can potentially be a huge problem. So he's still thinking what's the best thing to do. Strike with the Thunder, go with the Voltail, or maybe just use Powerful Spark. If I'm my opponent, if I don't know what I have in my hand, I would probably just go with Voltail GX. And he decided to play Pearl City down to me so he can reduce the damage. Very smart option. Very, very clever thing. So I can strike right now for 20 less. GX. So he actually at the end decided to do that. And there's the Turtonator GX as a top deck. So that's pretty good top deck. Speaking about top deck, it's not that I have too many options. So I'm gonna Power Heater for 0, charge 2 attackers on the bench, and that's pretty much it at this stage of the game. There's another Lighting Energy and it's my turn, so that's pretty good. There's the Flowstone. Also Sycamore for 7, so right now I'm gonna have opportunity to knock on my opponent Trubbish. There's also Max Elixir and 1 energy card. So right now I'm gonna just do something like this. Alright, which is gonna be for nothing. Okay, so Volcanic hit for 100. I will actually let my opponent to knock on my Volcanion, just because I'm looking forward next turn potentially to strike heavy with my Bright Flame. So I'm gonna need either way one Steam Up and one Choice Band, or just I think I'm gonna have all of the resources available. So I'm probably gonna be knocked out by the Powerful Spark. Not probably, but I'm gonna be definitely knocked out. And right now I just need to find a way to strike my opponent for enough damage counters for a knockout. So it's not gonna be easy, that is for sure. But speaking about easy, there's another energy card as the top deck, which is just insane. So let's go with the Fill Blower, only for the Pearl City, of course. Yeah, let's go with the Steam Up. Let's go with one more Steam Up. I'm gonna do this right there. Let's go with Instruct. 6 energies and play. Oh, there we go. There's another energy card. And let's go with 1N before I go card. Oh, 2 more energies. That's madness. All right. Retreat down to my Burnator, and I can finally use my Bright Flame. So I can start discarding 2 energies, of course, moving down to 1 price card. Even if my opponent ends me, for me, I'm just gonna need to find a way to one-hit knock out his Raichu. Of course, in order to do that, I'm gonna need Choice Band 2 energies from my hand with my Volcanion EX, of course, which I actually have. So there's the Fill Blower for my opponent. For me, it works to be knocked out, as long as he don't have N. But he actually had that N. But it's not that I have too many cards left. So even if I can find Sycamore, I'm gonna be perfectly fine, because I'm only cards. And it's the Nazball. So Nazball is one of the cards that can be used. So he took 3 damage back. I completely forget about that, which means I can strike 160. So yeah, I'm still gonna need for 160, and I only need 1 more energy card. It's not that I need to play that, but I actually should do that because I don't have a rank. Right, anyways. And there was no energy card. Ooh. Let's move on with the Super Rod. So, choice. And volcanic hit. For 160. So, yeah, if he decides to attack with a Thunder, he will just knock himself out. If he have Guzma, then obviously he's gonna win this game. Just because, actually, bro. Because he's right, she's also gonna be knocked out. This is very interesting. Very, very interesting position. Yeah, it would probably be a draw or actually sudden death play. If that Raichu knocks out one of my Pokemons on the bench, for example, Tapu Lele or maybe Volcanion EX. Okay, so there is 4 Guzma. And my opponent will take 2 prize cards, but I'm also going to take 2 prize cards. Pretty interesting. So I think it's going to be draw. Or maybe he just decide to basically strike with a powerful spark and pass the turn, which can also make sense. In that case, I'm not going to have a Flowstone either. Okay, I actually have 1 more Flowstone somewhere. I have it in my deck. Ooh, I cannot use my ability just because he put that tool on the Garbodor. Even if I played that Nesball for other card with the Volcanion, maybe not. Yep, that was a huge mistake, which actually cost me the game. Alright, let's move on to another game. Okay, so would you like to go first? Yeah, let's go. Oh, what an interesting opening hand. It is. So I'm first gonna go with Max Elixir play times 2. The first one, not good. The second one is good. At least it's 50%. Then I'm gonna go with an Ultra Ball play for double energy card, which is a little bit risky. I just decided to have another Volcanion on the bench. I'm playing against Metal deck, so that should not be a big problem since my opponent actually had weakness. And turn number 1 is just pretty badass. 2 energies in my discard pile, 2 Volcanions on the bench. So with the power team-ups, I can strike for tons of damage counters. There's the Bridget. Yeah, this is gonna be a quick game, I guess. Pretty quick game. So one steam up, and I'm already up to 50. One more steam up, I'm up to 80. Means I need one more card, which is just a band. And then that's pretty much it. And first steam up, I have Instruct. Yep, it's gonna be Ultra Ball for nothing less but Tapulela GX. And one Sycamore for 7, fresh hand of 7. I just don't see how Prosma can win against Volcanion. I simply don't see it. The only chance for that deck is to maybe run something like Weakness Policy, literally. Alright, so and another Max Elixir. I'm short for energy, unfortunately. So it's gonna be Power Heater for 160. Okay, so short for 30. Let's say for that, which I was not able to find. Anyways, there is one M, so that actually works for me pretty well. Okay, Scorched Earth. So he decided to concede. Yeah, probably because he couldn't find where he Magnezone, and that's the reason why. Alright, let's play the last game for this profile and deck test so you guys can actually see a full potential of it. I think 4 victories, 1 defeat, not that bad. That's like 80% win ratio, so happy to see something like that. So I won the coin flip, and I'm gonna start first once again. Alright, this time no basic Pokemon as well. Same thing for my opponent, and we both fancy coin. That's interesting. Turtonator. Right. It's okay. I have Glowstone. the Ultra Ball. There's two Ultra Balls and two energies. So again, I can potentially Ultra Ball for a Ranguru turn 1 and something like one Baby Volcanion that I can retreat to him. Tapu Bulu on the other side. I smell something like that. Tapu Bulu does not have weakness. Tapu Bulu does not have weakness. Okay, let's draw 2 cards. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. A lot of energies. Since I have max elixir available, of course I'm gonna do like this. Of course I'm gonna try to play it and take advantage over it. Of course I'm gonna play a ball, which is going to be for something like Ranguru. Then I can instruct and Sycamore for 7. But I would love to just avoid play that. Oh, another max elixir. And another energy. There we go. This is very powerful. 2 max elixirs in a row. 2 energies on my Volcanion. Yeah, Sycamore for 7 straight away. 6 and recycle that Ultra Ball back into my deck. So I'm just searching for Baby Volcanion in this case. And I managed to find it, as well as a lot of energy in my discard pile. But it's not that I already don't have them. This is just going to be 1 energy attachment. And something like this. And I'm even going to keep my Turtonator in the front. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Potentially huge. Okay, so there's the end. Potential with energy for my Volcanion EX and choice bet up. I can easily knock out my opponent Tapu Bulu and grab 2 prize cards, but this definitely looks bad. Ultra Ball for grabbing. Ooh, this is not gonna be good. Okay. Not bad. Especially when you have something like Max Elixir. Alright, so that's 130. That's energy retrieval for some of the energies for my Pokemons. I'm gonna play 1 Scorched Earth. Alright, then I'm gonna go with 1 Steam Up. Not that I need too much. Then I'm gonna go with 1 Super Rod. I'm gonna go with Sycamore for 7 without energy attachment because I'm searching for another Volcanion EX. There we go. Of course, it's gonna be a retreat. Of course, it's gonna be knockout. I can even play 1 more since I'm already hitting for 190. 2 prize cards, and there's the fire and another fire energy and Professor Sycamore. So my opponent only have Grubbin in the front, which is not good for him, not promising at all. He decided to concede. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today, my friends. MVP Volcanion, of course, it's way too fast. Decks are not that popular, at least not yet, but with that Glaceon GX, there's a lot of hype on the Glaceon GX. Glaceon can easily counter Volcanion. I mean, Volcanion have auto loss against Glaceon deck, but overall, if Greninja is not played in the standard format, Volcanion is a very good deck and very powerful. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Make sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more videos. Let me know also what you think about this deck. The comments below. Of course, if you're looking for any of these cards, you can always check them on ccgcastle.com. And if you may be looking to send your cards to PSA submission, you can always do that by and visiting ludkinscollectable.com. As I mentioned it a couple moments before, Glaceon and Greninja, two biggest enemies for this Volcanion deck, but overall it's just very powerful and pretty consistent. So thanks for watching. We'll definitely see you next time. Have a nice day and goodbye.